All right.
Hello, Health Chat with Robin and Kim. And today we are talking healthy side dishes for Thanksgiving because just because it tastes good doesn't mean it has to be bad for you, right? So, Kim and I just want to give you like a healthy swap, good food that is comfort food that you get to have on Thanksgiving that, maybe changing the recipe around a little bit. I think she's changing an old recipe around. Mine is a brand new recipe that I found that just sounded delicious and it has all kind of good stuff in it. And I'll show you a picture of
Ooh, I
it.
like that. I want to make
Look at that. So
that.
I'm going to make this tonight for dinner as a test run. So I will post a picture of what it looks like, what mine looks like in comparison to this later this evening. But I'm just going to tell you why this side dish is maybe a little healthier than some of the other ones that we're kind of used to
What is
for
it called?
Thanksgiving. So it's called cranberry glaze roasted butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, sweet potato salad with cranberries and goat cheese. How about that for a name of a
Wow, that's a
recipe?
long title.
It
It
is.
sounds
It
delicious.
is. So anyway, butternut squash is one of the things in it. And guys, I always buy my butternut squash like this. I don't typically, you can buy it frozen. I don't typically do that because I don't have the freezer space. I don't buy them already cut up. I like it nice and fresh. I just peel the outside skin off and Greg cuts it up for me because they are a little harder to cut. But with butternut squash, just to tell you a little bit of the goodness that comes out of them, they're full of fiber, antioxidants, vitamin C. They're good for eye health. They have lutein and zeaxanthin in it. There's 3 grams of fiber in a cup. It has potassium. It benefits your digestion, blood pressure, healthy skin, and hair. So that's what your butternut squash does. Then the other thing that's in here are sweet potatoes, and Greg and I love sweet potatoes.
Mm.
I have these around all the time. I probably have them 2 to 3 days a week just because, we'll make sweet potato fries in the air fryer. We'll do mashed sweet potatoes. We'll do them on top of the grill. But
Yummy.
anyway, you'll cut these in cubes is what you'll do. And for sweet potatoes, it's antioxidants again, gut health again, good for your eyes, your immune system. There's vitamin A, C, fiber, potassium, zinc, and it has anti-cancer properties as well. And then the other thing that's in it are the Brussels sprouts. And guess what? I forgot to get the Brussels sprouts out of the fridge. And that's like the main thing. So, and here's something that I'm going to recommend with the Brussels sprouts is if you're going to use them, buy them fresh. Because if you freeze these, they just come out so wet. And I've done it before and the recipes just don't turn out as well. So I would definitely buy them fresh. And the Brussels sprouts are rich in antioxidants, anti-cancer compounds, support heart health, gut health, reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. There's 33 grams of fiber, Brussels sprouts.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have carotene and vitamin C, 48 milligrams of vitamin C. So very, very healthy for you. Then a couple of the other things, there's goat cheese in this. Goat cheese is one of your better cheeses, guys. If you're going to do a cheese, do a goat cheese or a feta cheese, something like that. Go ahead.
For digestibility, because
Yeah.
many, or if you can't tolerate regular cow's cheese, goat cheese, it's a great alternative and it's got a lot of healthy properties to it. So yeah.
Well, you want to know something that was interesting. It's a great source of protein, calcium, more calcium than cow's milk.
Hmm.
More calcium. And I thought okay. And then vitamin B6, 25% more of vitamin B6. Vitamin A, there's 47% more of vitamin A, and then
Wow.
psyllium, 27% more. So you're getting a lot of more benefit
Yeah,
from going with that.
leave it.
Yeah.
Goat cheese can be polarizing for some people, but I really like it. I like
Oh,
the
I
cheese.
love it.
Yeah.
It's my feta and that are my favorite, my two
Favorite.
favorites. And then
Cool.
also it protects against cancer and high blood pressure as well. The
Yeah.
other things that are in it. So the most unhealthy thing in this are the dried cranberries. So
Mm.
if you're going to buy, these are going to be, because there are added sugars in these, but it's like a quarter of a cup. You're not going to get that many in there. So that's the only thing. I mean, don't put them in there if you don't want to, or dry your own cranberries. Get like fresh cranberries. And
So they don't have added sugar in that, do they? Because it's really
well,
they're condensed
it's
sugar because they have
total
added.
sugars are 29. Yeah, there is 26 added sugars. So
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of a
Right.
lot. So that's the
Yeah.
one thing that's not good. You can omit them, or like I
Yeah.
said, you could dry your own cranberries instead of buying them.
Okay.
Then the other thing that it calls for is balsamic vinegar, which, you know, I would buy organic. I love my Costco. And then olive oil, which we know olive oil, hopefully you all know olive oil is your best bet as far as oils. And then the
For
other thing it calls for that I wanted to go over is a cranberry juice. So be very aware of things that call for juices because there are so many added sugars in juice. And I'm going to show you all a brand of juice that is really good. It's organic and there are no added sugars in it. So it's RW Knudsen, and it's a great juice. I started using it probably last spring. Um, and I'll tell you here, let me find this. I know I just read on here that it said no
What
sugars.
do you use
Anyway,
the
no
juice?
added sugars.
Okay. What
So
do you use that for?
to drink, like if
Oh, just
I yeah, if you're going to have like a little sip of juice, or if you're adding it in an alcoholic beverage, if you're celebrating and you have cranberry, I mean, they have so many different juices, apple juice, whatever. If you're going to do that, I would, instead of buying like a cranberry juice that has 46 grams of sugar, that's where I saw it because I have another juice in there. And
okay.
it was like 46 grams of added sugars. So, because
Wow.
I was doing a comparison, I don't even know why I had that juice in there, but it was in there.
Yeah.
So,
What do you use
anyway,
it?
that's my recipe.
Okay.
When I make it tonight, I will put it on and I'm hoping that it looks like this. Trying to get that thing out of there.
You got to
And
do like
it's,
a before, like post that photo and post.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't know. I might be too afraid. I might not do that. So anyway, that's mine. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
hopefully you enjoy it if you try it. And I'll put the recipe in the comments as well.
Thank you for sharing that. Mine is called Asian cabbage salad. We've been making it for years and years. I probably had this recipe for like 20 years. 2 cities ago we lived in. So, and I lost the recipe. I had it last week because I thought we were going to be doing it last week, and I had it in my purse, and now I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, I will find it. But basically, it's shredded cabbage. You can add shredded carrots in it as well, and then toasted sesame seeds, which are really good. And then what I switched out was for the salad dressing, I'm using the rice wine vinegar, there's salt and pepper, but I swapped out, it called for vegetable oil, and I definitely am doing olive oil, extra virgin olive oil for that. And then the other thing I called for was ramen noodles, because it's like you use the raw ramen noodles for the crunchiness, you break them up really well. So I was looking for an alternative to that, and what I found were these rice vermicelli noodles, which are they're hard too, they're and they're curvy. So I'm gonna hopefully these are gonna work. I will report back when I find the recipe. I will put it in the comments too. I gotta find that recipe before next week.
All right.
So I know, so I need it. But yeah, so I was just looking at, and I was gonna say Brussels sprouts too, and cabbage are great cruciferous vegetables that are really good for your hormone health, especially estrogen. So don't be afraid to eat your Brussels sprouts or your cabbage because they're really good for you. And so olive oil, healthy fat. So and again, I'm just trying to look for the healthy. I always look at food as good, better, best. Like what's good, what can be better, and what's best, and what's available to me. So how can I make it good, better, or best? And so if you can even make it good, that's a plus because it's better than it was before. So that's one thing always look at. And so Thanksgiving is one of it's probably my favorite holiday because it's all about being with family, having delicious food to eat, and we love all the food. As we make traditions each year, you know, we've tweaked things a little bit here and there, but I love the basic menu that we have. So what about you,
Yeah.
Robin? Do you guys do the same
Oh,
thing
yeah.
every year?
Oh,
Similar?
yeah. Usually it's, the same thing, but I don't know if you've noticed, but when you have kids, they kind of want to change things a little bit. And I think sometimes for like our generation, I like tradition. I like to have the turkey. I like to, because my son's like, he wants to have ham. And I'm like, well, we're going to bring a turkey because we want turkey, you know,
Right. And turkey,
but
you
you can
can,
have your ham.
yeah, well, you know what? You can do both. And the
Yeah.
thing about, like, we love turkey and the way Jim makes it is so good. And you get a lot of leftovers, which is great.
Yeah.
So it really is
Yeah. Yeah.
nice to have. So
But it
anyway,
is all about family. I agree. So,
yeah.
but if we
Oh,
can make it healthier, we can make it
we're
healthier.
live, honey.
Anyway,
Okay.
think that's it for this week.
Yep.
Next week, we're taking the week off because it is Thanksgiving, and I know Kim's going to have a lot of family there. And so we want you all to spend time with your families and enjoy your Thanksgiving. But we will return on December the 4th, and we are going to have a special guest with us. And you'll want to tune in because this guest speaks regularly about obesity and actually his journey with obesity and how he overcame it. And he's a very, very special person. He's a good friend. And I think you all are gonna really enjoy listening to him talk. So
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, have a great Thanksgiving, everybody, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.